Hi, I wanted to share a little bit more about my cancer story and how important it is to get tested often, early. If I can help anyone with my story at all, that would be amazing, because I would not want anyone to have to go through what I'm going through right now. You know, dialysis, kidney failure, cancer, soon to be radiation and chemo, like all these things. It's just crazy, and they could have been prevented. I didn't have insurance for a long time, so like my health wasn't it wasn't something that I ever thought about. Like I never thought that I would get cancer at 35, you know? But it can happen to anyone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how young or healthy or active you are. Like it can happen, and like getting tested can be scary, but not knowing is even scarier. And like with this type of cancer specifically, you don't see symptoms until the later stages, stage 3, stage 4, which is where I'm at. It's so important not to like put that off. And there are resources out there for people who don't have insurance, low cost, free testing available. I've attached some info below, so you can check that out or reach out to me about that. It all started in January of this year. I just had a routine checkup with my primary care doctor, just a basic checkup, and my doctor was like, hey, you know, you haven't had a PAP, you're due for one. I know how to do them. Do you want me to do one? And I was sure, like, do it, you know? So I did a PAP with my doctor, and it came back with no detection of cervical cancer or anything. I tested for that, and there's no detection of anything. And the scary thing about that is I had stage 3 cervical cancer and a tumor like the size of a lemon, still there, you know? And the fact that that wasn't detected is like really scary, because I would have gone at least a year, if not longer, before, you know, my next test, not knowing that I had stage 3 cancer. So fortunately and unfortunately, all these kidney problems that happened to me not long after, you know, I was able to find out ultimately that I have cancer because of it. It sucked having to go through all that, but I otherwise like never would have known. So like just a couple weeks after that is when all of the kidney stuff started to happen. I had really bad stomach pains, so I checked myself into the emergency room, and they're like, yeah, your kidneys are failing, and they went all the way down to 4% function. Like, so they were like done, you know? I was like, whoa. So they're like, you have to stay in the hospital, we have to keep you here, we have to monitor you and figure out what the problem is. So they kept me for a week, a little bit over a week, did a bunch of tests, and they couldn't figure out like what happened. So they eventually let me go they discharged me from the hospital, and they put me on dialysis to help like try and bring my kidney function back up. So they did that, but my symptoms weren't getting better. I went back to the hospital, and I was in and out of the hospital for like 2 months. Same problem, my kidney function was just super low. They couldn't figure out what it was. They're like, this is just so strange, like you're so young, you're healthy, we've never seen this before. And they're supposed to rule out cancer, so I don't know what happened there. Same thing, like eventually they let me go. I, you know, was on dialysis, still had symptoms, still wasn't feeling good. And finally someone mentioned like, go see a gynecologist. So I went to go see an actual gynecologist. And like immediately, as soon as she came into the room, she didn't even do any testing at all. And just based off my symptoms alone, she's like, this is serious. Like this isn't good. She's like, you know, I know you did a PAP test with your primary doctor just 2 months prior, and it passed with no detection, but we need to do another one, and I'm gonna do one. So she did another one, and within like 24 hours, I get a call back, and they told me it was stage 3 cervical cancer. The scary thing is that like it had been undetected for so long by so many people. So yeah, I got my diagnosis about over a month ago. And initially I thought like after you get your diagnosis, you start your treatment right away, but that hasn't been the case. I'm still waiting on my insurance to approve things, which is wild because I have stage 3 cancer and a tumor that's like still inside of me that I would like to get rid of. Luckily, my oncologist and my cancer team is like super supportive, and they're on my side, and you know, they've been calling my insurance every single day to like try to get them to expedite it. And my oncologist told me, she was like, I'm really sorry, like no one should ever have to wait for cancer treatment. Like if it were up to me, I would start today, right now. So it's nice to have them like on my side pushing for me. Still don't have a start date yet. It should be within the next week or two, I don't know. Hopefully soon. So that's been frustrating on top of everything as well. and annoying. But I feel okay for the most part, you know, I'm fine. I just got these nephrostomy tubes put in my kidneys to help drain everything because I still can't pee. Like, it's been 3 months and I can't pee at all because of the tumor creating a blockage, and it's causing my kidneys to back up. It's causing my kidneys to not be able to do their job. Like, that was the reason for everything, was the cancer. It went undetected by so many people. And even when I was in the hospital, I voiced concerns about things. I had a lump in my bladder that was like pretty huge, and I told them, like, can someone please tell me what this, like, what is this? Like, it was huge. One of the doctors was like, oh, well, you know, you've been just lying in a bed, you haven't been burning calories, you're not active. Like, he was insinuating that it was like weight gain. I was like, no, like, that's not what, like, what is this? Like, this is not normal. And I just felt like no one was listening to me. So that was really frustrating. That was just like one of a million instances in the hospital where I felt like I was just like blown off. One of the important things too is, like, you really have to be your own advocate, because no one else will. If someone is telling you you're okay, but you know you're not okay, like, put your foot down and tell them no, something more needs, like, do more testing, something. Like, there has to be an explanation. You can't just tell me my kidneys are failing and we don't know, you know, like, there was a reason. You really, really have to push for yourself. I just want people to know you're not alone. If anyone else is going through anything like this, anything similar, health related, whatever, don't hesitate to reach out to me. So many people have told me about their own personal stories. Everyone within the community who's been reaching out with love and support, like, it means so much to me, and I know that I'm not alone, and I just want everyone else out there to know that, like, you're not alone. You're never alone. That's what punk rock is. It's community, it's unity, and, like, we all have each other. Thank you guys so much for all that. Hope to start treatment soon. It's a little update of where things are at now, but I'm all right for the most part. Just ready to get this done and over with. So thank you guys so much for your love and support. Love you guys.